Hey everybody, so today we're going to do an unboxing of sorts, and this is a new test out for me on a couple of points. One, I'm trying a jerry-rigged iPod, which I can't show you because it's holding up the phone. So first time I ever tried it, and so far so good. The other thing that we're going to do is this year, as some of you knew, we grew Luffa. Many Roots Farm had a good year for Luffa fruits growing. Now, the key is, did they turn into sponges? We've got one which you see here, which is still really green and mostly hard. It doesn't have a lot of give. If you shake it, you don't hear anything. What I've seen is for loofahs to be ripe, they should be brown. So a few stages past this color, and they should feel light. And when you shake them, you should be able to hear the seeds. Well, don't hear any seeds on any of that. But thanks to Aunt Hilda for this wonderful knife. We're about to cut them open. If you can see this is what I think is more of it's ready to cut open and use as a sponge. And what I saw also is you whack it to try and get a crack. So, well, that didn't really do anything. Felt good though, kind of fun, kind of like, let's just whack the heck out of it. But we're going to use the knife and we'll cut the end off, see what happens here. I'm going to try and keep this in camera. Okay. Well, we've got fiber. So, the other part that I saw is once you get it kind of opened, you use your fingers to peel the skin. Now, we harvest meaning cut them off the vine. Oh God, it was in October, beginning of October. Today is November, and so we're a little late. This one has a bad spot, and as you can see, that bad spot is kind of extending. So I will probably try and cut that out. In fact, I'm going to cut this whole thing because you want to keep, the goal is we grew these for sponges. So the goal is to keep them in good size for sponges. And looky here, we've got seeds. Ugh. As a rule, I don't tend to be too squeamish, but that's just kind of gross. But I will say it's coming off pretty good. I'll probably cut this off, see if I can do that without too much trouble. Not really sure how far in that spot goes. Looking kind of far. Ugh. That's just really gross. It's still, as the saying would say, juicy. So far, it's not bugging me out too bad. It's more wet than truly slimy. So that's kind of nice. Now, goodness. Not easy to rip, I will say that. Definitely needing the knife to cut more. You know what? We've got quite a few. I'm just going to cut this whole part out if I can. Again, I'm not the strongest person, make no mistake. I do have a little bit of strength, and ripping these is a little past me. So I am just going to use the knife to cut the part that I don't want. Now, I'm also working outside on a work table which has seen better days and has dirt on it. Interesting thing though is we've got seeds. Okay, so, and they're black, which is, I believe, a good thing. They're supposed to be black and they're supposed to be kind of full. This one will kind of contribute to the squirrels, so didn't want to throw it quite there. All right, there. The squirrels can try loofah, see if they like that. So that's this one. Again, I'm probably should have put down some paper towels so I can better harvest the seeds. So let's see if I can do that. I do have quite a few. Let me see if I can show you guys this. I have quite a few here to go through. Now again, this one had been green when we harvested and it ripened over time, I guess. I'm not even going to worry about these seeds right now just because we have quite a few loofahs to go through. So that's this one. As you can see, there's some black seeds in there, and honestly they almost look like they have a coating on them, but we'll see. We're going to dry them out and plant them and see where we get to next year. Even this one is looking kind of flat, but maybe a little bit puffy, so we'll see. I'm just gonna stick it back in this piece. I'm doing this video mainly for a friend of mine and some family who don't live close by, and so they can see what the loofah is like. Now this one is more green. Maybe I should have grabbed the smaller one, but let's go ahead and cut a small piece of this because big difference. Okay, big difference. And that tells me right there, I may leave some of the other green ones to cure some more and see what we get. Now, I'm kind of cutting a slit down the side here to make it a little easier to peel, since when I whacked it, it didn't really come apart. So just kind of giving myself a little, this is big difference. Not easy, I will say. Like I said, I don't have the greatest upper body strength, and I am able to do this, but it's not easy. So compost pile, or today it's just going to the squirrels. I'll try and show you on this one. As you can see right here, there are the seeds, and if you compare one that has kind of ripened to one that hasn't, seeds are definitely a different color. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I may just let this sit and see if it'll ripen some more. I will go ahead and get this one. So I have another one that is kind of turning color. Looks similar to this one color-wise. It's getting close. I might leave this for another day or two. The rest of the ones in here, it's, what have I got? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 8 in there. I may go ahead and leave those until they turn color and hope they kind of ripen. I will be more careful as far as watching them to make sure that they do not develop rot spots. It's cold today too. I actually have a t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt on underneath this jacket, which has a thin kind of liner. But anyway, oh, we're already at 10 minutes. Who knew? So this one, much more juicy and squishy. I have seen people take these like this and just soak them in water and then beat them to try, beat them meaning squeeze, soak them in water, squeeze, squeeze, soak them in water, squeeze, squeeze, to try and get the insides, the gunk on the inside out. As I say, this one looking much nicer, more happy with those seeds. I'm hoping some of these seeds will end up proving viable so that I can grow more next year. This vine, all this was from one vine, was actually started from seeds. I gave my friend Lisa some seeds, and she started them indoors and gave me 1 or 2 of them. Anyway, it grew like crazy. It ended up being 30 feet long and probably a little over 30 feet, honestly. And then it cut so many fruits. Unfortunately, it was late, so we didn't. It came outside, small plant, about yay big, around May. It didn't start fruiting meaning developing these gourds, until I want to say September, at which point they just started growing and we were close to getting frost. Where we are in zone 6B, we typically get frost at the beginning of October, so somewhere between October 5th and the 10th, I guess, or 15th, somewhere in there we get our first frost. So as I'm cutting this, I'm trying hard not to cut through the sponge, so I don't want to cut into here too much because I want it to be a nice sponge. But pulling this off, and again, in their more ripe state, I believe they would be a brownish color. This is, again, the first time growing these. Oh, goodness, this definitely helps if you've got some strong fingers, because, oh, I am struggling. But again, part of why I got into gardening is to get in shape, so there we go. I don't know, between the cold, my fingers getting kind of numb from the cold, and this, I did set these out earlier, so they've had a chance to kind of cool down. It's a little whiter and milkier on that side, and that's stuff that I'll try and rinse out. Some of the seeds look like they're, let me see if I can do this. Whoops, they're kind of peeling. The black is peeling off. Not sure what that's about, but we'll dry them and see. So I think that's going to be it for this video. We got a little longer than I expected, but first time, so we got it done. I'll do a progress video to kind of update and see how they're doing. Have a great one and grow stuff. Go out there and grow.